Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the Apollo 11 landing on the moon. My name is EmanuelMustafa, and today we're going to talk again about the Apollo 11. Let's start. All right, the Apollo 11 landing on the moon. The administration of President John F. Kennedy issued a challenge in the first half of the 1960s at the turning point of the Cold War that would capture the attention of a country and the whole globe. He made the audacious claim that the US was going to send a spacecraft to the moon and bring it successfully back to Earth. Prior to the conclusion of the decade on May 25th of 1961, it was an obstacle that would put the bounds of human inventiveness, tenacity, and bravery to the test. The start of the campaign. The massive Saturn V rocket, a work of science and technology, burst to life at the NASA Kennedy Space Center in the state of Florida on July 16th, 1969 at 9:32 a.m. Just 8 years after President Kennedy gave an inspirational call to duty, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, well known as Buzz, and Michael Collins were three daring astronauts who participated in the Apollo 11 spaceflight expedition. The Saturn V rode into the sky as a word gas in wonder, sending four explorers towards the celestial body of it was a time of togetherness, motivation, and optimism. The amazing voyage of Apollo 11 just hard started. Reaching the orbit of the moon. On July 19th, 1969, 3 days later, Apollo 11 joined the lunar orbit. The eyes of humans first caught sight of the moon's bleak but captivating landscape. The spaceship had traveled nearly 240,000 miles across the chilly emptiness of orbit to get there, a testimony to the efforts of humanity. The departure and the landing. The crucial day has come, July 20th, 1969. Command Module and Lunar Module Eagle detach. Two American astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, were ready to set off on a remarkable trip. As a lone guardian, Michael Collins stayed in the lunar position. The spacecraft known as the Eagle started descending to the lunar soil at 4:18 p.m. The globe held its breath throughout that stressful period of time, and it occurred at 2 hours and 56 minutes and 50 seconds of UTC. As the first person set foot on the moon, Neil Armstrong immortalized the phrase, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." By saying this, that's one modest step for a man and one giant leap for humanity. Exploration has entered to a new age. In addition to conducting studies, taking pictures, and planting the United States flag as a representation of human success and solidarity on this faraway planet, Buzz Aldrin followed Armstrong on the lunar floor. The lunar trek. The astronauts were on the moon for almost 2 hours and a half, carrying out investigations, gathering soil materials. These fragments will reveal the past existence of our cosmic friend and provide us with a window into the beginnings of the cosmos. They fastened the Apollo 11 plaque to the strut of the moon modules, landing while they were exploring. Here, man from the planet Earth first set foot on the moon, July 1969 AD, was written on it. We arrive with goodwill toward all people. It sent a message of optimism, harmony, and the unshakable determination of mankind. Get back to Earth. Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin were in the lunar module ascending phase when he left the outermost layer of the moon and reconnected with the control module, which was waiting for it at the lunar equator. It was an experience of victory and a gathering of heroes. On July 24th, 1969, Apollo 11 departed from lunar orbit and started its return to Earth mission. The delighted astronauts were on their way home after successfully completing their mission. The arrival home. The team made a safe landing in the middle of the Pacific and they came back to Earth. Their extraordinary journey was over, but they had cemented their legacy and they had demonstrated to humanity the potential of human creativity and willpower. The astronauts were quarantined after their return to Earth to make sure they didn't bring any diseases from the moon. It was a preventive action and a demonstration of the academic society's commitment. Tradition and inspiration. In addition to be a technological success, the mission known as Apollo 11 served as a monument to the strength of dedication, vision, and teamwork. It encouraged people to aim high and show that the only restrictions facing mankind are those we place in ourselves. Let's not forget the unity, hope, and infinite potential that Apollo 11 stands as we consider this momentous adventure and let it become a reminder that we can all work together to overcome obstacles, discover new worlds, and encourage subsequent generations to dream bigger and take risks. As Mr. President Kennedy said, we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. This mentality was represented by the Apollo 11 mission, which still motivates us today. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope everyone is having a good day. Thank you.